Welcome back, folks. I'm your host, as always, Lethal RG. As many of you are aware, EU5 is particularly prone to absurd economic scaling tactics, and while many of those end up nerfed into the ground, 10 more always show up every major. Now, a seemingly small feature was added back in 1.1, Transfer Subject, and it has a simple premise. The ability to sell your vassals, not necessarily to other vassals, to really anybody, but behind it lays one of the most absurd growth strategies in EU5, that being Vassal Mogging. Now, what does this mean? This means selling your vassals to other vassals to make a lot of money. Now, this current vassal doesn't have a ton of money. Let's see if I can find, let's see, need. Transfer subjects. Let's see. There we go, $58. Now, with that, we can get a massive cash inflow directly into our core economy to massively scale insanely quickly. And then on top of that, we can annex in like 5 years to do it all over again. And this isn't just limited to one vassal. This doesn't have a time-limited action. You can do this as many times as you want, as long as you have vassals, which, if you keep annexing, you will always have more vassals. So you can just keep spamming and scamming money out of your vassals like this. Now, I'm going to show you a fresh run. I'll get into that into a second. But you're going to see just how quickly my economy can scale with this strategy. Now, here we've loaded into a fresh tag, Clan Naboya. Not the strongest tag in the game, but it's strong for Ireland. Now, I've gone through and I've prim and propered all the estates and everything. Here you can look, you can view all that. Now, mind you, this is 1.3, but this does work all the way back to 1.1 when this feature was added. Now, just to give you a frame of reference, I'm going to show you our economic base. It's 1.62, the wealth's 2.06, the tax base is 1.47, tax efficiency of 5%. Now, we're going to come back in 10 years, and I'm going to show you what we're working with. Now, welcome back, folks. We're here a decade later, and I'm going to give you the play-by-play. First off, we started off strong. We full annexed Tyrone and took their 2 vassals. Now, that net me a total possible of 3 vassals, but I chose to keep Tyrone annexed because I have full cores on that for my claimant cores. Then, I sold Ishnahoan up here to Connacht for 48.52 ducats. Which, given at that point I was making 0.09 ducats a month, that's pretty huge. Now, I will say, you can wait longer, but don't wait too long, or they will use their money. I was originally planning to annex Connacht, but I will get into why I was not able to. Now, after this, I full annexed Connacht. Or, sorry, Enved. But I did keep that one for its proximity and levies because it's a 20k starting core, which, given Ireland's barely populated at this time, is pretty huge. Now, after this, I did build a market village, which brought me down by like 38 ducats. Now, after this, I full annexed Emil and Lannister in the south, and I did transfer Lannister's Ossory and Fiercel vassals to me, though I did wait a little bit longer to generate money off of them. Now, after this, I war decked Anali right here on the Forced Migration CB to full annex and then re-release them as Meath for the cores later. That will help me more when I fight the Pale later on. Now, after this, I did vassalize Oriel and their ally Tyrconnell, which I did call Tyrconnell as a co-participant, so I could call Ellie down here into the war as well, which did net me a total of 4 more vassals. Now, unfortunately, during this war, the Pale did war deck me, so I had to drop Connacht up here, and $12 with the war reparations, but they did piss off after that. Now, after this, I did war deck Firmeneg right here, and their 2 vassals and their 2 allies, which I war decked both of them as co-belligerents, so I could pull West Connacht and Owil into the fray, which all in all netted me 6 more vassals. Unfortunately, I did lose West Connect because they got war decked by Clan Ricarda mid-war, so that's unfortunate. Though at this point, I did transfer Ellie to Osiri, right over here, for a total of 3520 ducats. Likewise, I sold Firmenig to Oriel over here for 30.49 ducats. I sold Admiry back to Ty Carnell, but for some reason they released them. I don't know what's up with that, but I sold them for 31.68. And I sold Ellie to Fiercehill to Ellie for 39.61. After this, I did finally no CB Ophaly to get back Ishnahoan because they were allies with Canucks, but I couldn't get Canucks back because of the earlier releasing. I still had the truce left over, but I could take their vassal Ishnahoan, which gave me a final 2 vassals, which ended the decade. But before I did the ducat calculation, I did do 3 more sales. I sold Ishnahoan back to Firm for $47. I sold Osiri to Ophaly for $47.62. I sold Terig to Hymeni for $29.86, which left me with a total of $424.16 ducats. Now, to finally top this all off, this entire time I've been humiliating every single person I vassalized, which gave me a net total of 73 prestige. Now, I've been saving up a lot of my religious prestige through pilgrimage and whatnot, so I could finally canonize my old ruler, which will net me a total of 12 more prestige, which I will need to tick a day. There we go. And now I can finally claim the High Kingship and revive it in Ireland. Which, you can't actually start voting in the High Kingship until you revive it. So this is a requirement. And there we go. It's done. Anyway, overall, I think this is going to be insane. This is an absolute great way if you want to scale your economy. And mind you, you can do this as bigger tags. You can do this as anybody you want to. Just keep selling all your vassals over and over and over and over again. Honestly, do this at France. You'll be crazy. Do I think they'll nerf this? I genuinely do think they'll nerf this eventually. I don't think they're going to nerf this right now, but honestly, given that I can become a city from literally making negative ducats at the start of the game, basically still making not even half a ducat a month, I am making a city 10 years in. Yeah, no, there's no shot. They're 100% going to nerf this. I mean, they did nerf selling provinces a while back, so it wouldn't shock me if they nerf this as well. Anyway, make sure you absolutely canonize that like button and vassalize that subscribe button. Thank you, folks, for watching, if indeed you still are, and thank you.